Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. Guys, happy 2022 to all of you. We are happy to have made it into the new year. Unfortunately, Betty White did not. America's grandma, she was going to be almost a century old. She was a few weeks away from her birthday, and it was just her time. But I brought Betty White up to say this to you guys. When it comes to someone that has longevity in their career, she has been a staple in Hollywood for more than 60 years? Because she started off in Hollywood when she was very young, and she pretty much stayed in Hollywood or worked in Hollywood for the remainder of her life until she passed. And she worked a long time, longer than most. But I also bring this up to say that there are also times when, for example, rappers like LL Cool J and Ice-T and even Ice Cube that make career changes that go from rapper to actor, or rapper to philanthropist, and rapper to other things. At one point, Michael Jordan went from basketball to baseball. So career changes take place, and especially in these what you want to call it? I'm going to use another name for the vid, right? The 19. The 19 has caused a lot of people to change their careers, whether they wanted to or not. And I want to make sure that I'm going to begin the series with this part 1, where I'm going to provide 5 steps to change your career no matter what age you are. And especially in these 19 streets, we want to make sure that we're using everything we have to gather up everything we have so we know where we're going. So, a pathway number 1, one of the ways you can actually start your career change is to truly figure out, what is it that you want to change to? Let's start there. And, figure out if it's something that you've always wanted to do, or is it something that it's a dream of yours? Is it a hobby turned career change? Or was it just something that was a hobby at one point? Or is it something that you see you could become a viable business if you want to change from working in the corporate America to, switching to becoming a business owner? There's so many career changes that can take place. But I want to go over with you the first one. You have to also, number 1, assess where you are. What I mean assess where you are, look at the skills you have right now, document them. Look at the skills that you didn't think you had. I don't mean just look at your job description from the job that you're at. I mean, look through not just your resume, but what were some of the things you learned along the way? If you're a nurse, you learned how to do charting. You learned how to provide or write reports every day, documenting what it is you did with patients, how much medication you gave them. Those are things, those administrative skills can go far in many other careers, not just nursing. Or if you are, let's say, you want to switch from, let's say, IT to HR. It's going to take some people skills for sure. Now you're going to go into more human resources. The IT piece of it, as far as gathering information, is going to be important, and gathering information from an IT standpoint versus, getting it from the computer, from the World Wide Web, doing research. The research part and the figuring it out part, you can take some of those skills from the IT field. If you were in retail, for example, and now you want to switch over to, let's say, customer service on the phone. Retail, you're dealing with people face to face. Customer service, you're dealing with people on the phone. At the end of the day, Sometimes you deal with the best and you also deal with the worst of people. You're going to be able to garner customer skills and people skills from both of those if you're switching from one to the other. So at the end of the day, one of the first things you want to have, if you want to be able to do when changing your career, is number one, figure out what it is that you want to do. That's kind of a given here. However, one of the best tips you want to take away here is that you have to figure out what it is you already have. What are the skills, knowledge base? What are some of the academics you have to be able to support your new venture, your new career? So that's just one of many. I'm going to actually be dividing up this series into about 4 or 5 parts, but this was just part 1. I want to make sure that you guys have what you need. And if you are going through a career change and you definitely want more direct, immediate assistance, or let us work together to get that done, go ahead and go to mentorshelly.com/consultations, where we can work together one-on-one to get your career in gear, to get your new career in gear, because you're switching from one to the other. And of course, also, I do have, if you're also looking for assistance in getting your resume together, then you can definitely go ahead and schedule a session with me at mentorshelly.com/consultations as well. You can go ahead and click on the browse services button, and then it'll take you to where I have those resume services available. Whether you want me to do the resume live while we're talking, or you want me to work on it independently to structure it for your new career venture. In either case, we'll still have a conversation. All right, guys, I also want you to know, coming up, we're going to use the skills that you've gathered, because we're going to have you document those things. And I actually have a free guide to help you get started with your career change. You can go to mentorshelly.com/DCG. It's the Dream Career Guide. It'll definitely help you to start on your career change path. All right, guys, just want to make sure you have the resources and the tools you need to go from point A to point B in your career change. All right, guys, take care. Look out for tip number 2 in the career change path. All right, guys, of course, if you'd be so kind, if you like the information and it's helpful to you, definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel, or make sure you stay with me on the podcast, or share and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and like and make a comment if you're seeing this on Facebook or any other platform. All right, guys, take care. This is Mentor Shelly, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally as you take your career one step at a time in making that change based on the 19's implications or any other implications. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one. Bye.